people watching the Arab Spring unfold on TV are wondering, would I be able to do that? Would I be able to go out on the street and risk my life? How does the opposition engineer that tipping point so that they get people out onto the streets?
Well, this is a very important point, which is that these things are never spontaneous. One group that I spent a lot of time with and interviewed for the book is a group that was active in bringing down Slobodan Milosevic in 2000, and they now go around the world training people how to challenge their own dictators. And one of the first things they'll say is, if you're spontaneous, you're dead. There's any spontaneous revolution, it might look like that on CNN, but there's actually an enormous amount of planning that went into that. And so what does that mean? That means over the space of maybe years, building up alliances and relationships with people in the police force, with people in the military, with small business owners, coming up with different strategies that make the regime react to you rather than you always being reacting to the regime. You need to begin to create small victories, mark them as such, publicize them, just like you would do if you were in any sort of social campaign, and then build on that and build momentum where people begin to think, you know what, I could actually have a better future in your world than I could have in this one. And so my apathy now is, it's just too costly to me personally. I want to live in that country that you're speaking of. But you have to, at the end of the day, you're only going to persuade people to do that. It's not going to be this mass moment where 3 million people all have the same idea.
Right.
That's not how it happens.
Where you suddenly decide to walk out onto the street.
No, absolutely, absolutely.